Hi there, it's the Resourceful Coach, and what we're going to talk about today, not so much technique in your game or your mind, but is actually improving the speed of a round. One of my biggest things that suddenly crept into golf is slow play. When I first started playing golf, a round of golf wouldn't take 4 hours, now it seems to take 5. And the golf courses haven't changed. So what's the problem? What are we doing wrong that could be causing those issues? So we're going to look at around about 10 things that I've looked at that I think could be causing an issue to why we're not getting round that golf course quicker. And what you'll find is if you get on with the game and you get round the course quicker, you generally play better. If you're dawdling around, you tend to slow up. So let's look at these things. So number one, make sure you reach your tee time a good 10-15 minutes before you need to. This is one of the things I see all day long. People jumping out of their car, running onto the first tee, and basically from that position, they're already behind the time. So the group in front could be gone and you've got a big gap there and you're holding up the next group already before you started. So it seems very simple, but get there 10-15 minutes before your tee time. Number two, you're there to play golf. So turn off your technology. Don't be that guy who every tee box is looking at his messages and finding out what he wants to go through there. Turn it off. The only reason you may have this on is if it's going to give you yardages to the hole, but we're going to show you later that could be causing a problem. So number two, turn him off if you can. Number three, be ready. Okay, get to that first tee, every tee box you play to. Have your tee ready, have your ball ready, have the club you're going to choose. Especially if you're the last guy to tee off. You shouldn't be that one walking onto the tee when everybody's played. You should be up there ready to go. So once that third player's played, go. You're ready to go. And then this is really important. Where is your place on the course? Number four. Number four, your place on the golf course is to keep up with the group in front, not to stay ahead of the guys behind. And that's really important because if you're just staying behind, ahead of the guys behind, you lose a ball, all of a sudden everything squashes up. And we're going to show you through the other things that we're going to go through, these other things that will help. If you're just keeping ahead of them when you could be keeping up with the ones in front, it'll make it much, much easier when you're going round. So there are 4 things when you really arrive at the golf course, you should be mentally think this. Get to the course on time, well, 15 minutes before. 2, turn off that technology. 3, get your equipment ready. And 4, realize my position is to get down that hole behind the group in front and keep up with them. Now we're going to look at some other positions around the course that may be holding everybody up, and let's see if we can stop doing it. So here's another problem I see. Golfers hit it into trouble. They think, well, I've got 3 minutes to look for my ball. Well, you have, but the guy's on the tee. Look, he looks quite happy at the moment. He's waving at us. If we're going in here, you can't find it straight away. You think it's going to take 3 minutes. Call him through. Remember your position is to keep up with the group in front. He can now slot into that gap, and now you can look for 3 minutes without the worry of the guy behind. So call him through, let him fill the gap, and it keeps the flow of play going. So here's our next thing, technology. Is it helping or hindering? Well, if I'm honest, I watch people on the golf course, I don't think it's really helping. So what I see guys out there doing, they're either getting out their phone, they're looking at apps, they're working out what to do, and then they're not quite sure if that's right, so they check their watch, oh, that's giving me some information. They're not done there, they pull out their viewfinder. Key thing is, if you want to use technology, fine, find one that works. Don't start to look at lots of different things. Keep it simple. That's the big thing. Find a number, pick your club, play the shot. But don't get overdoing it with all these different bits of technology because, again, you're going to be slowing play up. You're going to be holding that guy up behind. Use your technology wisely because it can help you, but I think it's slowing the game up. So here's our next thing, provisional ball. Really important, this one. What is a provisional ball? Well, let's say I tee off. I'm going to play a shot. And I don't play my best shot, and I've pulled it into the trees or into the rough, and I think, well, that ball could be lost. I may not find that ball. You play a second ball called a provisional ball. And the idea of this is just to keep the flow of play moving. So if I hit a nice shot with this, let's see where this one goes. That one's gone nicely down the middle. I can see it. I still go look for the original ball, but if I can't find it, it's not a problem, because now I just walk up to that ball and play it. And that'll be my stroke and distance. So simply they'll be there now for 3 if I don't find the original ball. But what I don't have to do is get all the way up there where I think it's going to be, lose it, and then walk all the way back to the tee box and hit my 3rd shot again. So I've saved all that time. So you're unsure where your ball's gone, you're not sure, play a provisional, go look for the original ball. If you find it, it's in play, you're playing your 2nd shot. If you have to play the provisional after you've hit it, because you can't find the original ball, that ball's now in play and you're there for 3. But again, gets you moving up the hole, keeps you moving forwards. So we've got 3 more things to go through, and I think they're the 3 biggest reasons we're slow on the golf course. And what we've gone from, this first one we're going to talk about, is what I feel we've gone from playing golf to becoming sheep. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, what I see a lot of the time, if I see a 4-ball teeing off and they tee off down the fairway, it's as if everybody goes to the 1st ball and they watch that guy play the next shot. Then they all move to the 2nd ball and they watch him play the next shot, and then the 3rd ball and the 4th ball and so on. And they do this every shot down the hole. And this is probably what's averaging another 2 or 3 minutes a hole. Okay, your job when you're playing, yes, be aware of where your playing partners have hit their shots to help them go and find it if need be. But the biggest thing is find your ball first. Go and find your ball. If you all find your balls, whoever's furthest away plays the next shot. You're there, you can be making decisions on what you're going to do. You can move on quickly. So what I do, especially if I'm the shortest off the tee, regardless if a guy's struggling to find his ball, I'll play my 2nd shot up if I can, and then I'll go across and help him. But the last thing I want to do is be 30 yards over the other side of the fairway, come back to my ball. It's just slowing up play. And if you're all doing it, it's just going to take forever to play a round of golf. This, for me, is the biggest reason we're taking so much longer. As I said, at least another hour to play a round of golf to what I used to do 30 years ago. So, find your ball. If your playing partner can't find his, by all means go and help him once you've played your shot. Keep that flow of play going. So here are our final 2 things that are causing a problem. Okay, number 1, where you're leaving your golf bag. We can see I've come down the hole that way. The next tee is that way. I should be putting my bag behind the green. So when I walk off the green, I'm going to go and get my bag and go straight to the next tee. If I leave it there, I've got to walk all the way back to that. Again, that's going to add another minute or so to what I've got. Okay, so that's really important. Leave your bag where the next tee is, go off that way. The last thing, marking that scorecard. Don't do it on the green. Don't suddenly pull out the scorecard now and think, okay, from here now I'm going to count my scores. This, again, our guy waiting on the tee, he's going to be getting angry now. You're marking up your scorecard. Get off that green. Walk off. Pick up your bag because you've now put it in the right place. Walk to the next tee. Mark your scorecard on the next tee. If you're playing in a group, straight away you can be doing that while they're teeing off. So this is really important. We've gone through at least 10 things there that are slowing golf up. Whether that's not getting to the tee time at the right time and that's already in the wrong position. We don't realise that where our position should be on the golf course is behind that group. We're not playing a provisional ball, so we've got to go all the way back to the tee. Or simple things like marking your scorecard or moving your bag in the wrong place. So this is really important. If we want to speed the game up, the importance is do these few things right. Everybody does it. You'll be amazed how quick you'll start to move around that game. Important thing is, if you are the slow group on the course, let the others through. Because as I said, you'll have much more fun if you're in a situation where you're not being pressured by people behind. And you want to enjoy your game. You're playing this game for fun. You're not playing it really for a living. So really important that you do that. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you soon.